Hey guys, welcome to the video. I'm going to be doing a little review about the DSes I've played so far. So far I've played 3 different types: DS Lite, DSi, 3DS. I no longer have the DS Lite, but I remember what it can do, so I'll be able to give you the review. I'm going to do them in each order. I might have pictures of it. If I can, I'll put them in the video, but not sure, so I might not. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so in most ways, the DS Lite was very similar to the DSi. The only difference is DSi does have has a camera, and it doesn't have the GBA port. What was useful about having the GBA port was meant you could play cards from Game Boy Advance system, which I must admit I really enjoyed. I used to love playing Final Fantasy. I have to play it on my tablet, but yeah. So that's all you could really do with it. You have to have a cartridge to connect to the internet. Yeah. So we're going to move on to DSi. Well, it's DSi XL, but they both do the same thing. One's just bigger than the other. Okay, so we've got DSi. That's a picture of my girlfriend up there. Obviously, I've not got much stuff on here, but when the store was running, you could go download a load of things. You can connect to the internet, but I've just deleted the web browser to save space. And it can run Nintendo DS games, and it has DS download play just like DS Lite. Fun fact: if you hold down the select button and click the volume up and down buttons, you can turn the brightness up and down. If you didn't know that, so fun facts there. But you can't do that with the 3DS. Okay, so turn that off. What I liked about it here is that, I don't know whether you saw, but because it showed the pictures up there, it doesn't do that with 3DS. So next we're going to start with the 3DS. So I'm just going to flip this up. This is my girlfriend's that I'm borrowing. Now, what comes with the 3DS is you've got this control pad here, you've got the home button here, and also you've got the 3D button here. What I don't like is the fact that this volume is a slider. Bugs me. They got that from the original DS Lite, had a slider. And obviously you've got a Wi-Fi switch where you can turn the Wi-Fi off to save battery. And obviously, just like in the DSi, you've got a memory card slot, but you don't have that in the DS Lite. Which, if you want to put stuff like Bootstrap and stuff on it, I'm not sure whether it's possible with the DS Lite, but I know it is possible for these two, so it means it makes adding more games and your own games onto it easier. One thing I do like about all three of them, especially 3DS, is that you can play normal DS games as well as 3DS games. Thing is, for me, to get the, if I was to create like a Ultra DS kind of thing, I would have GBA port still, while having a 3DS with 3DS function, but still be able to access normal DS games. This will go in all DSs. It's a multi-card game, which you can then take this out to put stuff in. I love this. Best thing ever, and you can actually get 3DS ROMs running on it if you do some Google search on how to do it. It's what's on it. I think it's Ace 3DS Plus, I think, is the firmware installed on this. So yeah. But let's take a look at the differences between the home screens. I'll put a home screen liking. Now, I'll sort of make it clear. One thing I love about 3DS, you can't do on all the others, is there's a theme to it. You can add themes. For example, obviously, as you can see, it doesn't view your pictures, but you can download your own themes. Some are free, some are not. While with this one, you can view your own pictures. So I'm not quite sure which one I like. I think I prefer this one, but I do like the fact that you can view your own pictures up here while you're gaming. So as you can see, didn't mean to do that. Obviously, if you just click the off button lightly, it'll go back to the home. But, you know, most of it's the same, to be honest. If I was to bring this up to one screen, there you go. Most of it looks pretty much the same, just in different order. But yeah, not much difference, to be honest, apart from the background, and they've changed the imagery a little bit. Now I've got drunk. Now I can tell you right now, this is from a clean ROM of one of the games that I'm going to be playing that I patched from this one here, so I know it's the exact same game. And we're going to be viewing the same game from two DSes and comparing. But obviously it's loading up on there. Right, that's him. Obviously that will go straight into the game. I need to go down to this game here. There it is, right at the bottom. I must admit, I quite prefer this because the D-pad. D-pad's really nice and comfortable. The only thing I wish is if they'd done it so that, obviously, the lie about saying that if you put 3D mode in normal DS games, that's fake. It won't do anything. But I do think, I wish they could have done it so they could have made normal DS games 3D by just putting filters, because obviously the way it works is it moves 2 pixels that way and that way, and then putting it in a certain colour to make it look 3D. I wish they'd done it so they had it like a filter, so that means you could have done it with normal DS games instead of as well as 3DS games to make it accessible. I think that would have been quite cool, in my opinion. And obviously, we got it here. So, we got both my characters at the same place. This is my girlfriend's character, but we've been playing together. So, we're just gonna take a look. So, first, let's think about colour-wise. I think for me, from what I can see, the colour is a little bit better on the 3DS. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more deeper, just looks nicer in my opinion. Yeah, I enjoy the colour more. I think it's just stronger here on this one than it is on this one. Graphics are pretty much the same. I think it's a little bit sharper on the 3DS from what I can see. But again, graphics are pretty much the same. But that's more text drawing. Let's have a look at models. Let's go equip. Let's go down to Braden because they both look the same on this one, apart from the fact that one has a shield, which we might remove for the sake of pointing this. So I'm gonna quickly remove his shield. Okay, so now he looks the same on each. So that's a little bit pixelated on there. I must admit, I wish they would like, because obviously in PC emulators you can have it so it's not so pixelated. I wish that like by putting certain putting like certain times models and stuff on there, I wish they kind of did that for 3DS, because it's still quite pixelated on 3DS, and considering the screen's bigger usually on the 3DS, it kind of ruins it a little bit. It's not as pixelated on 3DS from what I can see, but I still think it could be better considering the 3DS definitely has a lot more graphics So yeah, that's the 3DS, that's the DSi. Apart from colour, there's not much difference. So yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna put some photos of the home screen of DS Lite in, just because of the fact that I don't have my DS Lite anymore. It kicked the bucket about 2 and a bit years ago. Last time I used it was for the last YouTube stream I did, where I was checking to see if this multi-card did multiplayer. I used it then. I think that was the last time I used it, because it kicked the ghost not long after that. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.